You know the vibes, PVO, positive vibes only, FOE, family over everything, high vibrations. Hope everybody's staying focused, shooting all negativity down, protecting your energy, focusing on yourself, and mastering self. Last time we left off with the Maryland update of Governor Hogan, he has signed $1 billion relief package for Maryland. And in this video, I just want to get into a little breakdown as far as exactly how that will be implicated and who's eligible for it, and when it will be coming out. Just a little brief breakdown on it. I'm gonna leave the link in the description if you want to follow behind me or just look further into it. Who get checks, tax breaks, and when from Maryland's Coronavirus Pandemic Relief Act package. When Governor Larry Hogan put pen to paper and signed the Relief Act into law, he triggered a series of maneuvers that will enable hundreds of thousands of state residents to get stimulus payments and many businesses to get tax breaks. The Relief Act is the Republican governor's signature effort of the current General Assembly session. It's a more than $1 billion combination of direct payments, tax breaks, and business aid aimed at helping those taking the worst financial hit from the coronavirus pandemic. Lawmakers expanded on the governor's proposal, and the bill won bipartisan support. The Relief Act offers a real lifeline to those hardest hit. People who are struggling to get by and small businesses desperately trying to stay afloat, Hogan said Monday during a brief ceremony at the State House, where he was joined by Senate President Bill Ferguson and House of Delegates Speaker Adrienne A. Jones, both Democrats. Here's a look at what you need to know about the recovery for the economy, livelihoods, industries, entrepreneurs, and family acts. Am I getting a check? One-time payments of $300 for individuals and $500 for couples will go to workers who claimed an earned income tax credit when they filed their 2019 federal taxes a year ago. They must still live in Maryland. So your 2019 taxes, when you filed your 2019 taxes a year ago for your earned income tax credit, you if you still live in Maryland and you filed your taxes in 2019, individuals will receive a one-time payment of $300, and couples will receive a $500 one-time direct payment. The Earned Income Tax Credit, or EITC, helps lessen the tax burden for people with low incomes, particularly those with children who are their dependents. Typically, workers who get the EITC end up with hundreds of extra dollars in tax refunds. More than 422,000 workers in Maryland are eligible for the checks from the state. If you're not sure whether you qualify for the state comptrollers, if you're not sure if you qualify, the state comptroller's office has a website that you can check it out at: marylandtaxes.gov/Relief Act. So I'm going to say that again. If you live in Maryland and you're not sure if you qualify for this one-time stimulus stimulus package, this direct payment, then you can get in contact with the state comptroller's office, and the website for that is marylandtaxes.gov/relief act. I'm sorry, once again, that's marylandtaxes.gov/relief act. You'll need to enter your name, the last four digits of your social security number, and the amount of your adjusted gross income from last year's tax return. Do I need to do anything to get my payment, or will I just get it? Nearly all of those getting a direct payment do not need to fill out no forms nor take any action. The comptroller's office will automatically send the payments, and it's promising 98% will go out within a week. So they're saying if you are eligible to get this one-time direct payment, you don't have to do anything at all. You'll just receive it. Comptroller Peter Franchot, a Democrat, pledged his staff will carry out the payments and other aspects of the Relief Act with spectacular, excellent execution. We're going to show the state how it should be done, Franchot said. So that sounds like a little sneak, little shot right there, little shots fired. You know what I mean? It seems like they're trying to get these stimulus checks out fast, as far as after they signed it. It sounds like they trying to throw a little bit out there in reference to the other stimulus that the president had threw out there. But that's just a little sidebar for real. For about 63% of those eligible, the comptroller's office has bank account information on file from past tax returns. It will make direct deposits over the next week in those accounts. So you do not have to do anything extra as far as filling out any forms. But I did give you the website if you wanted to see if you was eligible for this stimulus direct one-time payment that's being issued by the governor. And it said about 63% of the people, of the Marylanders that are eligible, that our bank information, that bank account information is already on file if you filed your taxes, and they'll just send a direct deposit in the next week into those accounts. Another 35% of eligible taxpayers will get checks in the mail. So you got 63% that if you file your taxes and you had direct deposit, that they already have your information and they're just going to give it to you direct deposit through your banking, your routing, a check number. And the other 35% eligible taxpayers you all will get a check in the mail. Those checks will be cut and sent to the post office over the next week. The final 2%, about 6,500 eligible taxpayers, do not have a current address or bank account on file with the comptroller. Those taxpayers will need to contact the comptroller to update their information before getting the payment. So it's about 2%, which is about 6,500 eligible taxpayers that don't have their address or bank account information on file with the comptroller, and they're saying that you have to get in contact with them before you will receive your payment to update your information. How about a tax break? A key feature of the Relief Act added by Democrats makes the state's match of the federal earned income tax credit more generous for the next 3 years. The state will make those adjustments automatically, so workers who claim the credit don't need to do anything further. For those who qualify for the expanded earned income tax credit in Maryland, The average taxpayer will get about $1,100 more per year, said Robin McKinney, co-founder and CEO of the Cash Campaign of Maryland, which helps low-income residents with financial issues, including taxes. It's incredibly powerful amount of money. It's an incredibly powerful amount of money, she said. Low-income singles without children will benefit, in particularly because they typically receive very little from the EITC and will receive significantly more, McKinney said. What about taxes on unemployment benefits? The Relief Act says that workers who received unemployment benefits in 2020 or 2021 or in both years do not have to pay state or local income taxes on that money. So on this relief package, stimulus check of this one-time payment, $300 to individuals and $500 to couples, if you were receiving unemployment benefits in 2021 or in 2020, you do not have to pay local or state taxes on that money. Federal taxes still apply, but you don't have to pay local or state income taxes on that money, but federal taxes still apply. There is a limit, however, to who can get the state benefit. It applies only to individuals earning less than $75,000 or couples who file jointly and earn less than a total of $100,000. Workers who had taxes taken out of their unemployment payments will get that money back when they file their taxes. So if you got taxes taken out of your unemployment benefits, then you'll get that money back when you file taxes. With all these changes, should I wait to file my taxes? It may take a little more time for online tax services and tax preparers to update their software to reflect the changes to the earned income tax credit and unemployment benefits. So it may be prudent to wait a bit before filing, just to make sure the program you're using is up to date. So they're saying some should wait to file taxes to give the tax preparers or whoever you're using to do your taxes, if their system isn't up to date, to give them some time for things to get updated. If you can wait a week, then wait a week, McKinney said Monday. But I already filed my taxes. What if I'm affected by these changes? Sorry, you'll need to file an amend return. So if you already filed your taxes, they're saying that you need to file an amended return. Is there any money to help for people stuck in an unemployment dispute? The Relief Act includes one-time $1,000 payment to people who are trying to get unemployment checks, but whose cases are stuck in adjudication status for at least 30 days. An estimated 32,000 people could qualify for this benefit. The State Department of Labor plans to compile lists each month for the next 5 months of eligible people. Those lists will be sent to the comptroller, who will mail paper checks. How does the act affect small businesses? The act allows certain small businesses to keep some of the sales tax they collect from customers instead of sending it to the state as usual. So small businesses usually send the money to the state, but now it's allowing you to collect the sales tax from the customers, from your customers. And if a business collects less than $6,000 in sales tax per month, meaning it has $100,000 or less in monthly sales, it can keep up to $3,000 of it for each of the months of March, April, and May. Businesses can claim this credit or their quarterly filings with the comptroller. All businesses could see a break on their future unemployment tax payments, which will not go up even if they laid off people. And employers with 50 or fewer employees will be able to postpone making unemployment tax payments for 2021 until January 2022. Also, businesses that participated in state pandemic loan and grant programs now don't have to pay tax on that money. So if you was a small business and you participated in the pandemic loan or grant, SBAs and the PPPs and all those, you don't have to pay tax on that money, that loan or that grant. There's also funding for a host of businesses. There's also funding for a host of business and aid programs, which are administered by various government agencies. A starting point for information is businessexpress.maryland.gov/coronavirus. So if you're interested, if you have a small business and you want to know a little further more about some of the things that are going on, or if you have any further questions, then you can go to businessexpress.maryland.gov/coronavirus. Who doesn't qualify for the aid? The Relief Act was designed to help people with low incomes and with small businesses. According to the IRS, people who qualify for the federal EITC, on which the expanded Maryland benefits are based, make between $16,000 and $57,000 a year. That higher amount is for a couple with 3 or more kids. The qualifying income varies depending on whether people are filing jointly or as individual and how many dependents they have. So unlike the federal pandemic packages that sent out stimulus payments to people with greater incomes, there's nothing in the Maryland plan for middle income and high income earners. There's also no direct tax break for businesses that are based on services which aren't subject to sales tax. The new help for people who receive the federal earned income tax credit leaves out people who lack Social Security numbers and instead file taxes using an individual tax identification number or ITIN. Such taxpayers, a group that includes workers who are not citizens, some of who entered the United States with legal permission and some of who did not, aren't allowed to claim the federal aren't allowed to claim the federal earned income tax credit. Democratic lawmakers have pledged to pass a bill to include ITIN taxpayers in the state's portion of the Earned Income Tax Credit program. It's moving forward this week in the state Senate. So they're moving forward with this week in the state Senate. So if you still have questions after me going over some brief things with as far as the details and who will get the stimulus checks, the comptroller has set up multiple ways for people to ask questions about the tax portions of the Relief Act. And he promises the phones will be answered. He can answer the phones. We have hundreds of people standing by. Franchot said, "You're not going to get a busy signal or recording when you call the comptroller's office." So I know a lot of people that have been doing unemployment. They haven't been able to get through. It's been automated like messages, or you've been prompt and never been able to speak to someone live. So he's probably talking in reference to that, and a lot of other changes that had took place during the pandemic. The pandemic. He's saying Franchot is saying that you can call the office. That number is 833-345-0787. And if you have any questions, you can email relief@marylandtaxes.gov.